Alright, the topic that I'm going to discuss is the secrets nobody ever tells you. This is a really provocative title. Now you might be curious. What are the secrets? I'm gonna tell you the secrets, don't worry about it. Mike, hi from Ireland. Okay, hi Mike, how are you doing, man? Nice to see a new member here. It looks like this system with all channel members will work well. I'm really sorry to all the guys that were not invited so far, but when I started these streams, they were new for me and I needed a little bit of time to learn how to use the system, how everything works, and now I've got a little bit more confidence. Now I can start streaming with more people and eventually answer your questions and everything. So to all of the guys that are here now at the moment, please let me finish first everything that I'm about to say. I have a list here on the left side, everything that I would like to touch on this stream. And then later, when I finished, I will give you more than enough time to ask me questions connected to the topic or whatever you like to ask me. But let me first finish. So the stream is going to be the secrets nobody ever tells you. Most of the things that I'm going to share with you are very logical, but nobody ever talks about it. Motorcycle trips are something great, and I still believe that this is the best way to see the world, but you really need to be aware of what you expect. So there are some things that it's good to know before you start the trips, because everyone explains how good it is, what is the hype, how we'll enjoy it and everything, but there are some moments that it's good to know in advance. You have to be ready to face the reality, not only the fun factor. Otherwise, you might be very disappointed. So if you know everything in advance, the good and the bad sides of motorcycle trips, you won't be disappointed. You will expect everything, and I think this is a better way. As I said it many times, the preparation is the key to success. It is part of your preparation to know what you expect on a long motorcycle trips. Alright, let's talk about the top secrets that nobody ever tells you. Number one, when you get back home, you'll remember the trip, not the bike. This is so obvious, but somehow still people think that the motorcycle is more important than the trip itself, or the gear that they've got. But as I said so many times, I'm gonna say it again, a bike is just a tool, the travel is what really matters. At the moment, as you know, I've got this Tenere 700. But before that, for many years, I've got Tenere 660, the old Tenere. Before that, I've got many other motorcycles, but the one that you know me probably is the Tenere 660 that I started the channel with it. Anyway, this model is not very popular around the world. It's not available in America, it's not available in many countries, but even so, many people know my face, they know my trips, and they know my face because of my YouTube channel. What they know is my face and my trips, right? So they don't know anything about the motorcycle. And this itself should tell you already that the motorcycle is not important at all. People know me and my trips. They don't know my motorcycle. And some of you don't even know that on many of my trips I was not riding my motorcycle. For example, on my trip to, around Pakistan, I was riding Benelli 250cc. In India, I was riding Royal Enfield Himalaya 400cc. In Nepal, I was riding the same Royal Enfield. In Bangladesh, I was riding Chinese brand Lifan. And I still got these trips, I still got videos from these trips, and I've got wonderful memories. And I cannot even remember the bikes. So this is what I always tell you, the bike is just a tool, you don't need to focus on it, just focus on the trip and everything. So when you, once again, number one, when you get back home, you'll remember the trip, not the bike. This is a secret that no one even tell you. I have a proper drink for the weather. Tea. It is so, how I have to say, once you realize that, you will never ever worry about the motorcycle that you got or the gear that you got. You will never compare yourself with others. You will just continue traveling, riding with whatever you have and just enjoying your time. Stop comparing yourself with others. There will be always someone with a better bike or more money than you. It is a motorcycle trip, your motorcycle trip. It is not a competition. Just remember this. Number 2, the gear is just gear. It is there to help you to complete the trip. Yeah, just because you have a better gear or better motorcycle, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna have a better trip than someone who is with less money than you. I'm not saying that you have to go only with cheap stuff. No, absolutely not. But whatever you can afford it. Buy whatever you can afford it. Buy whatever motorcycle you can afford it and whatever gear, because the gear, it is just a gear. It's not that important. What I'm trying to say is that the experience that you're going to have on your journey depends on many other circumstances, and even the best gear cannot guarantee that you'll have a better outcome. So number 2, the gear is just a gear. It is there to help you, not to complete your trip. Number 3, you will have some really bad moments. Definitely you will have a bad moments on the trip because they are always unpredictable. And I'm not talking about accidents or breakdown situations. This is far too obvious. I'm talking about something more touchable. You will miss your family and friends so much. This is one of the moments that you're gonna experience. You will ask yourself, why the hell I came to the end of the world? Why? What I am looking for? These are the questions that you're gonna ask yourself every single day. There will be some days when you'll doubt in everything. Moments when nothing goes the way you plan it to be. When it feels like the whole world is against you. You'll have many moments like that. But all of this shouldn't stop you. I'm sure that in some of your trips you will want to quit, but you won't have this chance because, for example, if you're in the middle of your trip so far away from home, and you want to quit the trip right now, what you gonna do? Fly back home? You still need to travel the same distance to your country, so you might want to quit, but it's not going to be possible. And to make it even worse, I will tell you that you might start thinking about stopping riding altogether at all. All of this might be, or might happen on your trip, or might play a game in your head, if you understand what I mean. But don't worry about it. This is temporary. Just ignore it and continue riding. Every one of us, all of you guys, I guess that you've got the same experiences during the years. On some stage you've got bad experiences, you've got a lot of doubts, you want to stop riding, you want to quit the trip or quit the group that you got, or many like this. So this is absolutely normal and you don't need to worry about it. And number 4 is that people don't care about your trips. This is so important to understand because many people think that if they go on the trip, they will become some kind of famous in their community. People will look on them like a more knowledgeable people or people with more experience, but the reality is that no one cares about your trips. They are only for you. That's why it's so important when you plan your trip, when you make your trip, to make it exactly for you. If you think that all of your friends and their friends and everybody around the world will care about your journey, you're wrong. No one cares about it. Even your family members won't be interesting from your trips. Basically, it is impossible to explain to someone who is not a motorcycle traveler or who is a motorcycle rider but not traveling, what is to be on the trip. It is just impossible. Sometimes when you go here and there, someone said, okay, explain to this guy or to these people about your trip to Magadan now. And I never do it because they cannot even understand me. How is possible someone who is not even riding motorcycles to understand what I experience or what is to ride a motorcycle from my place to Magadan? Most of the people do not even have any idea where the Magadan is. So they don't know anything, and if they don't ride motorcycles, if they don't interesting from motorcycles, even if they ride motorcycles but never travel, they will never understand you. So it's absolutely pointless to discuss it or to believe that someone interesting from your trips. But this is the cold reality. It is what it is. Just don't waste your time. Number 6, to complete any trip, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. So this is another one of the downsides of the trips. There are many, but I will point out just some of the most obvious things. First is internet access. There will be many moments, even days, without it. Some people are not ready for that. To live without internet for many people is fine. I can do it without any problems, but because many people are addicted to internet, and once they are disconnected on the trip, for example, it became very, very difficult for them, and they cannot survive even one day. After one day, they became nervous. That's why I said some of the things that you have in your daily life might not exist on the trip, and that's why I said to compare. To complete any trip, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. The first is internet. The second is that you have to forget about the nice dinner and TV every night. Most of the people are also addicted to have a dinner and watch TV and have a wonderful night with drinks and everything, but when you travel, these things are not existing, or at least not in every trip, at least not on my trips. On your trips might be the same. You have to forget about your favorite meals. The favorite meals might be possible here and there, but not everywhere. One of the things that I discussed in today's video was that when I travel, for example, I eat whatever I find. At home, I'm very strict with the food. I'm very cautious. I be careful what I eat and everything. But when I travel, I don't care at all, because I'm going on this survival mode and I just need to finish the trip. So some of your favorite meals might not be accessible until you get back home. So these are the things that you have to sacrifice. You might not have access to shower every day. It could easily become week or more, but you have to be ready for it. This is again the sacrifices that you have to do. And now some more serious things. Your relation, family or kids, this might be a problem. Many people are not ready to leave their families behind for more than a day, 2 or weeks. And if you think that they will love your idea and they will be happy to let you go for a week or two, you're also wrong. So this is again one of the problems that you have to solve before you even leave your home, because this might be a problem for you, for your relation, for your kids, for everything that you have in your normal daily life. The next one is your work. One way or another, it will be affected. Even if you have somebody to replace you, the results are not going to be the same. So even if you have someone to take your position and help you with your business, for example, when you come back, the results are not going to be the same. It's always the same. I've experienced this many times. The same story applies to your income sources. I know this from my own experience. Even though I was the boss in my company, and because I always got my own businesses, I know that when I'm not there, the result is not the same. So you have to be ready for all of this. So as I said, you have to sacrifice a lot of things to complete any trip. It's just not like that. You open your eyes today and you decided to go on a 2-month trip and you just go there and come back without any problems. No, you will have some problems. You have to sacrifice some things, otherwise it's not going to happen. So after everything I just said, you still want to go on the trip, then I can only congratulate you and tell you welcome to my adventure world. If you're happy to sacrifice all of these things that I discussed, if you're happy with everything that I just told you, then you already got this adventure bug, and I don't think that you will ever regret that you made this step. It's like a drug, and you'll be addicted forever. So these are the main things that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and now I will give you enough time to add something or ask me a question on this topic or any topic. Just feel free to ask whatever you have in mind. The takeaway from everything is that everyone wants to go on the trip, everyone is ready to go on the trip, but not everyone is ready for everything that is about to happen during the trip. So all of these things might be considered as negatives or whatever you want to name it, but you have to be ready for it. Richard, I agree about the bike and gear being tools until they fail. Then I have strong memories. It's true, absolutely. I agree with this, Richard. Thanks for adding. When you have a problems or breakdown situations or something, it's usually open new doors. You'll meet new people. You will have this so-called adventure, and you will have this so-called memories. So this is the main thing that you have to and you might have even better experience than the normal trips. But as I said many times, you don't need to look for it, you don't need to risk too much, because it will find you one way or another. Just wanting to head on the next adventure, Big D. We all need adventures, but at the moment we have to wait. Me, for example, I'm so addicted that I don't think that whatever is happening on the trips will ever stop me to travel. But some people got just different thoughts. Yeah, exactly. I might have an opportunity to go and ride somewhere on the hot climates after a month or two, but we'll see. Winter fly ride. Yeah, something like that. Well, I hope that it's not going to be that cold and long. Last winter we basically got no snow here, just for 2-3 days. I hope that this winter will be the same, but you never know. So as I said, the forecast tomorrow is start to melt already, and in the middle of the week is going to be again like 10-12 degrees. We'll see how it's going to be later. I hope better, but you never know. Anyway, so guys, if you want to add something, go ahead. If you have any additional questions for the new members, Mike from Ireland or someone else, if you have any other questions regarding motorcycle trips or whatever, just go ahead, feel free. I will give you a few more minutes before I end the stream. How do I decide where to go? It must be different for everyone. Yeah, absolutely, Richard. As you know, my goal always been the same. My goal always been the same, to see the whole world. So basically, I try to go to the places that I haven't been before. If I'm repeating the countries and the same places, I will never be able to see the world. That's why this is how I decided where to go. So now my next goal is South America, because I never been there. After I finish with South America, I will have no more desires to go there. So I will choose another destination that I never been before. So this is how I plan it. Basically, every place on the world deserves attention, and this is how I have a big map in the garage that I watch all the time and plan new trips. So everything starts just with one idea, and then slowly, the next moment you're already on the trip. What will be your plans for the next summer, guys? Let me know. Richard, you said something about France or Spain. Dalmatian Highway. Okay, nice. The lady will be happy, but it will cost you a lot, I guess. Now the prices in Europe are crazy. I used to travel around Europe with 50 euros per day. Now you can't make it even with 100 per day. Big D, Norway, even expensiver. Gordy. The only question I get from getting back from a trip is what is the food is like. Yeah. Usually on every trip I lose like 5 kilograms. But this year on Russia I lost only 2 kilograms because I ate very well. A few years ago when I was in Turkey, I gained 5 kilograms. It was so much food over there. Alright guys, if you don't have any more questions, then I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope to see you next week. We'll see what kind of topic. Thank you very much for coming, Richard. I don't really like how it went, but might be better next time. Anyway, thank you very much for coming, guys. See you next week. We'll find another topic and we'll discuss it. And once again, thank you very much for support. Ciao.